Good evening, everybody. How's it going? It's been a while since you've been in my kitchen. I had the great pleasure today and opportunity to talk to one of my boys. Shout out to Ben Stortini, my first podcast. It was awesome. We got lost in conversation a bit. We somehow came up with this Italian protein biscottis. I'm not the best baker in the world, okay, but sorry, Ben, I don't mean to, let you down, but we're not going to do biscottis, but we're going to do the protein bites, like off the charts, insane. It's like it's just a concoction of things, and that's what I'm all about in the kitchen. Because everything I share with you guys, I honestly make sure I eat, and I keep things, clean, of course, and good food choices, and that's what this is about this evening. So welcome back to the Iron Life Kitchen, where fitness and nutrition collide and create an explosion of results. So, without further ado, I am doing a coffee. Oh man, I got to come up with a title with this. This is like a Rice Krispie, chocolate, peanut butter, vanilla, superfood protein bite. There's a lot going on in this bowl. I'm going to tell you guys right now. But I promise you, when you guys make my recipes, I even sometimes shock myself because I'm like, wow, that turned out good. I mean, I've done these before with just like very simple ingredients, 4 or 5 ingredients. But tonight we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 ingredients, approximately. So in the bowl, I'll, of course, like all my other posts, I'll try and make sure I get the instructions. It's easy. Dry ingredients, and then you add the wet ingredients afterward. I found it to be easiest. Wear gloves. Spray the gloves with a little bit of, if you have olive oil or any other oil in a container, but if you have a cooking spray, spray your hands so that it doesn't get too sticky. But yeah, I'll try and leave all the ingredients, and I try to be exact with the ingredients, but you just eye it up with the consistency. Make sure you have enough dry and wet ingredients so it binds nicely. So I've got 4 cups of the good old Rice Krispies, nice and light, good carbohydrates. I've got already in here, I have a half a cup of coconut flour. We're out of that, but I got more. And then next, here's where it gets interesting. I love this part. I always get fascinated because in this household, it's all about protein. We are going to do, I have my other protein in the cabinet, but I'm using this one up because it's almost done. This is a soft serve vanilla ice cream, isolate, clean, quality protein. So we're going to go ahead and do 2 heaping scoops of that, which brings it to 70 grams weighed. And we are going to do 1 scoop chocolate peanut butter smash. You put anything in front of me, chocolate peanut butter, you win me over. So 1 heaping scoop, which is about another 35 grams. Actually, you know what, guys? When in doubt, add more protein. Oh, man. All right, next up. I always add this. I don't know what it is lately with me, but we want a little kick. Since we're not doing the biscottis and espressos, if you're Italian, go hand in hand. But this goes hand in hand. So we're going to do 2 teaspoons of that espresso powder. It's fine. You don't have to sift it or nothing, which is fantastic. And we're going to do a little bit of heart healthy, omegas, fiber, and great for digestion, actually. Very, very good for you. It's the sprouted chia flax seed. Great company. I love their products. Shout out to Organic Traditions. So we're going to do, 1 second, I got another measuring cup. So in terms of like measuring things and everything, like I'm very mindful about not putting too much of something, you know, of course it's, yes, it is healthy, but you know, for 1.5 tablespoons, 15 grams, there's already 80 calories. The fats and carbohydrates are matched at 5 grams, protein's 3. So I don't want to go overboard with certain ingredients. I'm trying to keep these as healthy as possible. So, and a little goes a long way. So we're going to go with probably, and it's a big recipe. So I'd like to do, look at that, big on 30. So I doubled that. So it's 160 calories. We got 10 grams of fat, 10 grams of protein, and 10 grams of fat, 10 grams of carbohydrates, and 6 grams of protein. So, like I said, this is a big batch. I'm thinking, when I've done this before, I'm looking at around, it depends on how big you roll out your protein bites, right? So if the balls are 1 inch or 2 inch, and we're going to give a little very earthy, nutty flavor. We're doing a blend of maca root powder. So this, and of course, Organic Traditions, this has a combination of yellow, red, and black maca. Very good antioxidants. It's fantastic. It's good in coffee, good in protein shakes. It's good in your oatmeal. It's awesome in your cream of rice. So for this, 3 grams, very low calorie, 10. So for 3 grams is 10 calories, 2 grams of carbohydrates, 1 gram of protein. So it's a very good addition. So now for the fun parts, I am going to just grab a whisk 1 moment. Just to whisk everything up, dry all the dry ingredients. You can use a spoon, or I'm using a whisk. You can get right in there and use your hands too if you'd like. Doesn't matter. Just make sure everything's kind of nicely incorporated before we get to the other ingredients. And I'm using mini chocolate chips by, you guys might have seen these at the grocery store. It's by Enjoy Life. It's a healthier chocolate chip. So, like I said, I'm trying to be mindful about, because I'm going to eat these. I'm going to do half a cup, just shy of half a cup. I think that's perfect. I don't want to go overboard, even though I like chocolate. I'm trying to keep healthy here, because this could spiral out of control. And there's like a read between the lines there, hint, hint. It's good for you, but in moderation, because there's more fats coming. The good old peanut butter. So this, I already weighed up before I started the video. It's a 1/4 cup of peanut butter. Great binder, healthy, natural. Don't buy that Kraft. Don't buy that Kraft crap. Do not. Get natural. There's no hydrogenated palm oils in there, no sugars added. Natural peanut butter. Licking the spoon again. So, there's plenty more where that came from because we're out of that. So that's in there. Now, we're going to do, keeping the calories low. If you want, you can use honey, full flavored maple syrup, not the sugar-free, but I'm doing sugar-free Steve's, good old Steve's. got this on Amazon the other day, by the way. Very cheap. So what is this 500? 1 liter. $7.97. So for this, another binder, help everything stick. We're going to go half a cup of that. Oh, I'm a little short there. Like I said, once you start mixing everything, incorporating everything, adjust as you go. If you want, add a little bit of water, a little more maple syrup if you want, or peanut butter. I'd say stick to the water. Try and keep it as healthy as you can. You know what I mean? That's the name of the game here. I'm trying to emphasize on nutrition and healthy portions. A little bit of, we're going to do healthy pinch of pink salt. Do a little flavor bomb here. We're gonna spice this up. Dark cacao powder. That's probably half a teaspoon. And of course, this goes on everything. I put this on my chicken, on my rice, all my actual meals. Cinnamon. A lot. It's probably close to a teaspoon, if I had to guess. I've done this enough times. And we want a little kick of vanilla. I don't have my vanilla extract. It's, I don't know where it is. We're going to do coffee syrup, sugar-free vanilla. You want the nice hint of vanilla. So I'm going to measure this. I'm going to do, that is 2 tablespoons of that. I'm thinking this is a little bit dry right now. I don't know. But just by judging by it, I think it's a little bit dry. If you'd like, you can add a little bit of almond milk or coconut milk to this as well. These obviously you put them in an airlock container, like parchment paper on the bottom so they don't stick. Put them in the fridge for a week or in the freezer for up to a couple months. Grab and go. All right. Now we're going to just dive right in. However, before you get your hands in there, grab yourself some water on hand. A little splash of water. Keep the cap off the maple syrup because I'm going to add, because I like them sweet. So, well, at least to start, I guess I was going to say, at least you can start with one hand. Have one hand free. These are going to be delicious. They're going to have texture, nice crunch from the Rice Krispies. Like I said, I'm all about health in this household all the time. Natural, whole foods. And this is a great way. And honestly, if you make enough of this for your household, to all the parents out there, you send your kids off to school, they have a healthy snack for their lunch. Hopefully they'll eat their lunch before this. So, and don't put the espresso in there because, you know, they might be a little rambunctious in class. You could, yeah, I love doing these. Like right now, like I said, I'm very mindful, you know, about my nutrition's on point. You know, I use the mirror as my guide. I watch my physique from a bodybuilding standpoint in the off season. I incorporate this and things like this as a treat. I stay on track with my diet. Stuff like this, I don't go crazy. I don't like, you know, overindulge, if you will. But when it comes time to a reward and a treat, I've earned it. I'm going to have 3 or 4 of these. But just knowing in the back of my mind that I know what went into these protein bites, you know what I mean? Like, once you make something, it's so simple. It can be done. I'm taking my time, of course, because I'm explaining things. But when you know what you've put into something, so you need a little bit of water, it's that much more rewarding. We're getting there for the consistency. because I love the taste. I'm sure. Well, we're in Northern Ontario. Who doesn't love the taste of maple syrup? If you don't, honey, like I said, works awesome. Of course, right? It's a good binder. I'm gonna add a little more. It needs a little bit more of a binder. So we're gonna just drizzle a little. Oh, that should work actually. There we go. Yep. I wish I can give the rough. I'll do my best, honestly, with like the breakdown. Well, the instructions is these are quite simple, right? Dry ingredients, wet ingredients, mix it together, find that right consistency. But hey, and you're getting an arm workout while you're doing it. In terms of the nutrition breakdown and the macros, I'll do my best to kind of give you a rough estimate, but it's hard. I mean, I could sit there if I really did the math and figure out, but not every protein bite that you roll out is going to be exactly the same size. So it's always approximate, right? I mean, as a whole recipe, yeah, it's if you measure everything right down to the right, you know, right down to the milliliter or microgram. Chocolate chips are not sticking in there a little bit, but that's okay. I'll just have to pick them up later and put. Perfect. This is a nice consistency, guys. So let's shuffle some things over here. Man, talking about biscottis today with my boy Ben. I'm gonna have to learn how to make biscottis. But I'm a sucker for protein bites, man. I hope you guys really enjoy this one. I know these are going to be off the charts delicious. And I just, like I said, I don't overdo it. I don't go crazy and make just me in the household. So I don't make too much. You know what I mean? I make enough to last, say, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ish. This should make probably, I have to guess 12. You know what I forgot to do, guys? But it actually wasn't needed. I didn't even spray my gloves. I actually didn't need it. I don't remember spraying my gloves. However, you can give a little shot on the bottom of the parchment if you want. I mean, they should be fine, but you can spray the bottom of the parchment paper or the bottom of the glass container just so they don't stick to the parchment even, because sometimes they might. But they should be fine. I just do it because see, that's the thing. The last recipe, I didn't do chocolate chips, I don't think. No. It's tricky because, again, like I said, when I was talking about trying to give you guys a breakdown of how many fats, carbohydrates, and proteins in this, it's going to be difficult because the chocolate chips. One protein bite might have 8 in there, and one might have 15. So it's hard to pinpoint, you know what I mean? But all in all, anything I make, anything I bake, cook, star of the show, it's always protein. The longevity of muscle. All right, let's give a little shot. There we go. Just wipe down that parchment paper, and we're gonna roll them out. This is a same one I used last time when I made those Rice Krispie squares. This is a, if I remember correctly, 7x9 glass dish. Yeah, 7x9, 2 inches high. So it's perfect size. I use it for a lot of my no bake recipes, to be honest. So, like I said, the protein bites are pretty close in size. They're that's about a 2 inch. I like them like I'd rather grab one than two or three, if you know what I mean. Like, especially if you're on the go. And because of the fats in here, what's nice is that they don't completely freeze right over. And even eating these frozen are absolutely dynamite. Like if you take them out for a couple minutes and you're on the go, and you're on your way out the door in the morning, you honestly see you slept in and you're trying to get the kids off to school or whatever. If you're in a bit of a rush, grab these in a Ziploc out of the freezer and run out the door. So these are amazing. I absolutely love doing these. Like I said, very mindful of how many I eat in one sitting. I don't overindulge too much. So every now and then, once a week, I emphasize and I coach people and I say, listen, you have to have that 90-10. You have to enjoy your life. You're too restrictive on food. It's so hard to stay on track. And I've done that. I've gone to, well, I mean, if I was in a contest prep for bodybuilding, like if I was close to a show, yeah. I mean, I'm locked in. I cut out a lot of stuff. You have to. You're trying to bring your best look on stage for the judges. You're being judged under bright lights. Every detail matters. So this kind of stuff here just doesn't happen. But it's a healthy way to gain some healthy muscle tissue. Pre and post workout, all the way, guys. I would vouch for these all day long. And I'm trying to enjoy this with my lifestyle right now, being in off season, trying to really focus on, of course, I'm locked in all week with my nutrition. I don't mess around. But off season, I like, I'm working on things, right? When I'm competing, I'm trying to bring my best look and I'm trying to work on some lagging body parts. So I'm trying to pack on a little bit of size, healthy size, clean muscle mass, try to do a clean bulk, if you will. It's just kind of like, it's the way to go. I mean, in terms of food volume, yeah, like my food, I eat a little more food, of course. But I'm very strategic. I measure, I take a visual, I do check-ins every 4 or 5 days. I try not to touch the scale too much, but well, we are at the end, everybody. These came out great. I know they're going to be good. Like I said, parchment paper, you put them in a glass Tupperware, lock them in. Look at that. Look at that, guys. So like I said, I'm going to put together caption down below, the ingredients, as close as I can get it for you guys. But like I said, try your best to, eye it up. If it looks too dry, add a little more liquid. If it's too wet, you know what, add some more protein. You can't go wrong with the protein. These, of course, are healthy. If you don't happen to have a supplement in the house or protein powder, you could stick with your coconut flour, almond flour. Just be mindful about the amounts. With that said, yeah, like just use that as a guide. Look at the nutrition label and definitely use it as a guide. So you know what, fit these on the top, 2 smaller ones. That's for breakfast tomorrow, maybe. A little energy kick. But yeah, just use the nutrition label as a guide. Try and, of course, I'm trying to be safe here too because I'm trying to find flours that you can use that you don't have to bake with. So I went with the coconut flour. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to do a quick cleanup. Not too bad of a mess. So thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, subscribe to my channel, and I'll be back with some other recipes and some meal preps. I'll try and mix it up between having a sweet tooth and salty, savory foods as well. if I'm going to cook fresh, I'll make sure I try and share all that with you guys as well. So stay strong, stay healthy. It's always about that iron life. Love you guys.